Today, Vice President Harris is laying out plans for her first 100 days in office if she wins the White House in November. It's the first time she's discussed her policy goals since President Biden left the Democratic ticket. And she's focusing on cutting costs for Americans. However, her opponent, former President Trump, says her plans will hurt the economy, not help it. NBC's Bree Jackson is in Washington with the details.
Vice President Kamala Harris detailing her economic plan, if elected president, saying driving down cost is a top priority.
I will take on the high costs that matter most to most Americans.
Speaking to supporters in battleground state North Carolina, Harris proposing tax cuts for middle-class Americans, expanding the child tax credit to provide $6,000 to families with newborns, and a federal ban on corporate price gouging in the food and grocery industry.
My plan will include new penalties for opportunistic companies that exploit crises and break the rules.
Political experts say delivering on campaign promises is a challenge for any candidate.
This is something that speaks to the concerns of everyday Americans who are worried about putting food on their table and what it cost 3 years ago. But still, that's very, very different than getting a law. And even the law there would have loopholes.
Former President Trump is convinced his political opponent's policies would hurt the economy.
A radical left person wants to put price controls all over the place, which will end up driving up your prices, not down your prices.
Trump says his goal is to lower energy prices by reducing regulations and allowing drilling on new land.
I always say we have more liquid gold under our feet, more than any other nation.
Polls show a majority of voters trust Trump over Harris when it comes to the economy. The vice president is seeking to close that gap as she lays out her economic vision on the campaign trail and at the Democratic National Convention next week. And both campaigns are heading to Pennsylvania this weekend, hoping to win over voters in that critical battleground state. In Washington, Bree Jackson, NBC News.